listen closely. I want you to stop whatever you are doing right now and really hear this. If your mind is wandering, bring it back, because the next few minutes could completely change the way you look at your life, your home, and your future. Right now, as you listen to these words, 7 out of 10 couples are secretly falling apart. That is 70%. Look around you. Out of every 10 families you know, 7 are quietly struggling behind closed doors. Men are slowly losing the respect of their wives. Beautiful homes that were supposed to be safe havens are turning into quiet war zones. Arguments are happening over nothing. Silences are growing longer. And the kids? The kids are sitting right there, watching it all happen, absorbing every ounce of that stress. But then, in the middle of all that failure, there is that guy. You know the man I am talking about. He's the one who is an absolute superman to his wife. He is a pure superdad to his kids. He is the man that everyone naturally respects the very second he walks into a room. People look at him and wonder, how does he do it? How does he have that kind of peace? How does his wife look at him with so much love and respect? What is his secret? Are you paying attention? Because here is the brutal truth. He does not just sit around and wish for a happy family. He does not rely on luck. He builds his family by doing the hardest work of all. He masters himself first. He knows that you cannot lead a home if you cannot control your own mind, your own habits, and your own reactions. If you want to be that man, if you want to step out of the failing 70% and become the rock your family needs, you have to change the way you operate. You need these 5 simple, powerful habits. Let's dive into them right now. Do not stop reading. Stay with me. 1. The secret of Omoiyari. Doing it before being asked. Let me ask you a very real question. Do you want your wife to look at you with total, undeniable respect? Then you have to stop waiting for her to tell you what needs to be done. There is a deeply guarded secret in Japanese culture, a word called Omoiyari. The Japanese do not just talk about this idea, they teach it to their children from the very first day they step into a school. Omoiyari simply means this: you look around, you see what needs to be done, and you do it before anyone ever asks you to. It is the magic of anticipating a need. Most men fail here. Most men sit on the couch and say, well, if she needed help, she should have just asked me. That is a trap. Making her ask you means you are making her the manager of the house. You are giving her more mental stress. Imagine this scenario. Imagine she just walked in the front door. She has been on her feet all day, teaching dance classes. Her body is tired, her voice is worn out, and her energy is completely drained. When she walks into that house, you do not look at her and say, "Hey, what should I help with?" No, you have already done it. You already cleaned the kitchen. You already picked up the living room. You already made sure the house is a quiet, peaceful place for her to relax. When you step up without being asked, you are sending a massive message. You are telling her, I see how hard you work, and I am here to carry the load with you. That unspoken, silent action is the absolute fastest way to make a woman feel truly safe, deeply loved, and fiercely protected. Are you still tracking with me? Good, because this next point is where a lot of men lose their way completely. 2. The iron wall of loyalty. Pay very close attention, because this is the habit that separates the boys from the true men. In today's world, we are surrounded by a million distractions. Everything is fighting for your attention. But if you want to be the Superman of your house, true loyalty is your ultimate superpower. When I say loyalty, I am not just talking about the obvious thing. I am not just talking about not cheating. I am talking about something much deeper. I am talking about controlling your focus. I am talking about where you put your daily energy. A Superman husband builds an absolute iron wall around his mind. He takes all of his love, all of his attention, and all of his masculine energy, and he pours it entirely into the woman he chose. He does not let outside noise into his marriage. He does not spend hours staring at his phone, giving his attention to other people's lives while his wife is sitting right next to him feeling ignored. Women are incredibly smart. They can feel when your energy is drifting. They know when your mind is somewhere else. A strong woman does not want a guy whose attention is easily distracted by the world. She wants a rock. She wants a man who looks at her and makes her feel like she's the only thing that matters in that room. When you build that iron wall of loyalty, your marriage becomes bulletproof. Be that rock for her. 3. The Doorstep Rule. Leaving work at work. If you are reading this, you are probably a hard-working man. You have stress. But if you want to be a Superdad, you cannot, under any circumstances, bring the stress of your workday into your living room. Think about your average day. When you are out there managing a restaurant, making sure the food is right, dealing with staff, and handling tough customers, your brain is in fight mode. Or maybe you are sitting behind a computer, pulling your hair out trying to fix frustrating software bugs. Whatever it is, you are in a loud, stressful, heavy mental state. You are a warrior, fighting the daily battle of business. But here is the trick that changes everything. It is called the Doorstep Rule. Before you walk into your house tonight, I want you to stop. Stop the car in the driveway or stop right on the front porch. Do not touch that door handle yet. Take 60 full seconds. Close your eyes. Breathe in deeply. Now, leave the business stress outside. Leave the tough customers outside. Leave the software problems and the money worries right there on the doorstep. When you turn that handle and open that front door, you have to leave the boss outside. When you step into that house, you are the dad. You are the husband. Your family does not need the stressed out businessman. They need your full, happy, undivided energy. When you master the Doorstep Rule, your home stops being a place where you dump your stress, and it goes back to being your sanctuary. Stay focused. We have 2 more habits, and they are the most important ones of all. 4. The Day Zero Dad, always ready. A lot of guys make a massive mistake. They think that being a dad is something that starts when a kid is 5 years old and ready to play catch in the yard. They think leadership starts later. That is completely wrong. A true Superdad, a man of real value, starts on day 0. Being a day 0 dad means you are a master of preparation. You do not wait for an emergency to happen before you become a leader. You do not wait for your family to desperately need you before you decide to get your life together. You get ready early. You build the foundation right now. It means you take control of your finances so your family never has to worry about keeping the lights on. It means you fix the things in the house before they break. It means you work on your own mental health, your own body, and your own discipline today, so that you are strong for them tomorrow. You build a fortress of safety. When your family looks at you, they should never see panic in your eyes. They should never see a man who is making it up as he goes along. They should look at you and see a man who is always prepared. A man who has looked down the road, seen what is coming, and built a safe path for them to walk on. That is what being a provider truly means. It is providing peace of mind. 5. The anchor in the storm, staying calm. Here we are, the final habit. And let me be honest with you, this is the hardest one to master. Because life is going to get messy. It is a guarantee. Kids are going to cry and scream. Best laid plans are going to fail. Things will break. Feelings will get hurt. Your wife is going to have days where she is overwhelmed and highly emotional. Remember the 70% of men we talked about at the beginning? The ones whose homes are falling apart. When the storm hits, those men react badly. They raise their voices. They fight anger with anger. They yell, they walk out of the room, or they just shut down and ignore the problem completely. They add fuel to the fire. Not you. From this day forward, you are the anchor. When things go completely wrong at home, you do not join the chaos. You take a slow, deep breath. You drop your shoulders. You look at your wife. You look at your kids. And your total calmness sends one loud, clear message. I have got this. We are safe. You do not fight fire with fire. You become water. You soak up the stress in the room. You listen without getting defensive. You bring peace to a chaotic situation. That right there, the ability to control your own emotions when everyone else is losing theirs, is the highest, most powerful level of leadership a man can ever show.
The daily choice.
We are at the end now. Take a deep breath and let all of this sink in. A Superman is not born. A Superdad is not a lucky accident. They are built, piece by piece, day by day, by a man who chooses to be better. It is a choice you have to make every single morning when your feet hit the floor. The 70% are out there right now, making excuses. They are blaming their stress, their jobs, and the world for why their homes are failing. But the 30%, the Supermen, they are doing the quiet, hard work of self-mastery. They don't just listen to advice, they live it. Let's log these 5 habits into your mind one last time so you never forget them. First, they practice Omoiyari. They see what needs to be done and they do it before their wife ever has to ask. Second, they build an iron wall of loyalty. They control their focus, giving their total attention to their marriage and shutting out all outside noise. Third, they use the Doorstep Rule. They leave the heavy stress of the workday outside so they can bring only pure, happy energy to their family. Fourth, they are the day zero dad. They do not wait for an emergency. They are always prepared and building a safe foundation early. Fifth, they are the anchor in the storm. When life gets messy and emotional, they do not yell. They stay completely calm and bring peace to the room. The blueprint is right in front of you. The only question left to answer is this: which kind of man will you choose to be today? The 70% will close this video and change absolutely nothing about their lives today. But if you are ready to be part of the 30%, if you are ready to stop making excuses, master yourself, and become the rock your family needs, hit that subscribe button right now. Let's do the work together.